Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Here you see my lovely face, and now we go with the Sam. We are ready to rock and roll. We've already gotten our retirement. Man, not even 5 seconds in, and we're already getting retirements. But welcome to the last round of the championship. Everything is settled already. It is awesome to have you here for our last ride at the Hungaroring. Of course, one of the toughest tracks in the calendar, bar none. Qualiban Tony. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. You're hating on me. Damn. Come on, man. You don't want to hear me? Well, don't worry. I got you. We got here Mr. Taz that will give you some loving. So, Taz, welcome to the broadcast. Nice to have you here once again.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction there, Tony. Hope everybody is well this evening and hope everybody is ready for this race around the Hungaroring. Last race of the season. Who is going to come out on top? We've had Lou Pasteur putting in some stellar efforts since joining LSR. Could this be his fifth win in a row this evening? I know personally, I know him personally through another league. We had a good chat before this race. Very good track for him. Really enjoys qualifying and the race around here. So hopefully turn one can be very treacherous once the race does start. Obviously we're going to have 18 cars all going into turn one trying to gain positions, but as we know, people, the race is not won in turn one, so let's hope that the lads kind of adhere to that. But it's been a good week for me personally. I'm just hoping that the guys have a good race here this evening. Had some good news. I've had a bit of an extension at work and stuff like that. But I am going to be doing most of the commentary here this evening for Tony. I won't disclose why, but at the end of the day, I will be taking over. Letting Tony just have a bit of relax and relax that voice, and he can just be switching through the cars. So I will do my best in honour of Tony to make sure it's as exciting and exhilarating as he can make it. As we see every week with him, it's absolutely an honour to be in this commentary box, and hopefully it's not for the last time. Hopefully we move into next season as co-commentators as well. Hopefully the big boss has that on the cards.
Don't you worry.
We'll wait and see for that.
Don't you worry, I can move the pieces. You're gonna be here with me next season, 100%. If you're down with it, well, I said it yesterday on the ACC broadcast. I don't mind saying it here. Basically, doctors have found a tumor on my throat, and that's why I'm taking a little bit of a chill pill for the day. That's just basically it. Hopefully everything goes well tonight on the broadcast. Do not worry about me. No cancer. We're all good. Just got to get cut, and that's it. She says sometimes throat wants to be a little bit of an ass to me, but I highly appreciate having you on board with us, Taz. And well, I think we should talk a little bit about next season. As a goes of putting the laps on still, taking the pole position with a 115.525. Who knows? Maybe next season is already on the newest iteration of F1. It will be F1 24, as you told me, coming out end of the month.
Yeah, it should be coming out at the end of the month. I think the pre-release, the early release for the game, if you've pre-ordered it, will be the 28th. And then for anybody who's just going to buy it after that, I think it is the beginning of the following month. But I'm just going to say hi to Ammo FIFA. How we doing? Ammo, hope you're well. Hope you're ready for this one this evening. But yeah, F1 24 should be. Hopefully they've sorted a lot of the bugs out, as we were talking earlier on, Tony. You know, there's a lot of things that you would be able to do more with the stream, obviously not having some of them bugs in place with the spectator mode, which has kind of obviously hindered your ability to do a lot of what you want with the stream and trying to make it progress. But we've got a bit of a backup here in qualifying. We've got a Red Bull with Ryan McLean trying to let a Ferrari pass there, which I think is Rothwell. So yeah, there was just a bit of confusion there with them two, but hopefully they're going to get that resolved. No, I think it was Helvius. Yeah, it was Helvius. I do apologise, Rothwell. But here we have it. So currently we've got Sly up at the top with a 15.5 cracking that from him. Lou Pasteur has gone in with a 15.5. Steadbody's on a 15.6. The times are looking really close so far. Ryan McLean with a 15.8. Regmeister in at P5 gets a 15.9. He is the current division champion. Did take the victory in, I think it was Monza. Won the championship there as HDL Trappy. Did not make it and basically handed the championship to him. But yeah, TTV Phil Skills comes across the line. He's got a 116, pretty much flat. Then we've got Vihelm. He's in with a 16.1. Grizzly Bean a 16.2. Grizzly Bean, it was his debut race last week. Did really well when it came to the race. But hopefully we can see a bit more progression from him this week, as he is in the league that I run and is showing some brilliant pace. So hopefully that can transfer over tonight. We've got Ryan Harris, the Division 2 commentator. He's currently sat in P9. Then we've got Shajet, if that's how you pronounce it, in at 16.3. RC is with a 16.7, and Helvius, I feel like he got held up on his lap, so he went across the line for 17.1. We've got Ian Beale on an out lap. We've got that guy Jermaine. But let's jump on board with the Alpine of Razout, as he will be one of the first to start his lap, and we'll see what he can do here this evening. Can he get in that top 5, or can he take provisional pole away from Sly up at the top? But that is some time up at the top with a 15.525. Is Lou Pasture going to take it? He could, you know, he's been doing really well in qualifying, as I said, since he joined LSR. Has been absolutely brilliant. I feel if he would have joined from the beginning, the season would have been his, but luckily for Reg, he didn't, and Reg got that championship. But here we go with Razout. He's through turn 1 now, into the first DRS zone here at the Hungaroring. Goes in to turn 2. The long short left-hander, very good pace. You've got to get the traction down early so you can carry the pace into turn 4. Comes up to the sector 1 split. And I didn't see that because I've not got it up on my screen, so I do apologise. I was going to give you all a bit of feedback then, but I didn't have it set on my screen. But people getting out the way for Razout as he comes now through sector 2. Very tricky part of the track. This very technical, needs a lot of grip in the tyres. I feel like you have to sacrifice maybe just a little bit of tyre temperature in that first sector to really get the best out of the tyres moving into both sectors 2 and 3. But this does look like a good lap from Helvius so far. He'll go into the left-hand hairpin now. Well, not hairpin, but you know what I mean, people. I'm still learning. Tony's his Master Yoda, and I'm the.
Hey, but you're right. That is a hairpin. So. Hey, don't put yourself down, boy.
Yeah, there goes Razout. Ooh, not the greatest lap from him there. Currently P15 with an 18.3. So feel as it maybe just made a mistake moving into sector 2. Did look like he was just a little bit slower there. But we've got quite a few more on outlaps. RC will start his lap now. I feel he may be a newcomer here, maybe his debut race. I haven't seen him in any other races, but he's not. And this,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so debutant here. No RC, he's got some pretty decent pace on his day. He's in our Division 3. But I know he's got the pace to be in Division 2. There is a very borderline, you know, a very fine line between Division 2 and Division 3 in my league. But yeah, hopefully he can throw a lap together here and really make inroads. But I'm just going to quickly check on Lou Pasture. He's currently in Sector 1. So I think we should go on board with him to see if he's going to take provisional pole away from Sly. Sly is also out on a lap at this moment in time. But Lou Pasture's invalidated there.
Oh, what a mistake.
Coming into Sector 2. Lou Pasture tends to fuel up a bit, but it's just whether he's going to be able to rebuild that ERS, or is he going to be straight back into the pit. So the Aston Martin of Sly is not too far behind him, and he looks like he's keeping it clean so far in Sector 2. Into this tricky part of the track, you hit them curves too hard. As I've said before, people send you right into the shadow realm.
So many invalidations.
Oh no, he invalidates as well.
Yeah, so many invalidations, and well, I think that should be one of our main focuses as Velheim cross the line and finish his attempt. I'd like to go quickly with Schleikek. Let's see how he's doing. Well, he hasn't validated his own too. Man, it's crazy out here. People not able to put their laps in. Here you also have Ryan. Man, everybody hasn't validated their lap. Hopefully, they can find somebody on a flying one. Here you have him. It's McLean. But what I wanted to say is, off tracks are massive in a track like this. You know, the Hungaroring. It is one of the most technical tracks in the whole championship. It is very narrow at times, especially that second, third sector. As you see, McLean comes into the pit lane. Lou should go for a flying one. CDC has so much ERS. Here you have him live as he finishes that first sector. We'll find out what he has in store for us. But indeed, the track is so narrow. You have so few chances of overtaking. In real life, nada. Man.
He's invalidated again, but Rothwell is on his first flying lap in the Ferrari. He's just starting that now, going into turn one. So we'll see what he can do, what kind of pace has this lad got in at LSR. Can he make moves up at the top? I just want to check the chat. We've got Al Thorley. Evening, lads. Good evening, sir. Hope you are well. Hope you are ready for this race this evening. But Rothwell's kept it clean so far through sector one. Comes up to the sector 1 and 2 split. It's a 27.380. Manages to keep it clean into sector 2, where some people have been validating. Lou Pasteur, the biggest criminal of that one, definitely invalidated twice in the same corner. So needs to take a bit more caution when he goes through there. But we know when you start taking caution in a lap, it really does affect your lap time, because you're then tentative for all the other corners, whether you're going to invalidate. But Rothwell doing a really good job here so far. He's got a personal best sector there, which he will have purple sectors. I feel that that's what the one thing they need to sort out in the game, is whether they've actually got the purple sector for the lap. He could have, but we'll find out now as he's rounding the final corner here. He will come up to the start finishing line. DRS will open. What's it going to be? It's a 16.689, puts him in P13. Hopefully Rothwell can find some improvements as he goes out on his next run, which he's definitely got time to do. Yeah, hell of a shame for him there. But we've got Helvius on an out lap, and also Ian Beale at this moment in time.
We'll check on one of them in a second. And yes, the game is in Spanish because I'm Spanish. And whoa, wow, Schleicher completely jumping the chicane. Would not recommend to do that on racing conditions. We're going to go with Ian Beale, who's about to start the lap. And as we were mentioning before, in real life, for you to try and overtake somebody, you have to have at least a 1.5 seconds pace difference to the driver in front to make a move. Here in the game, it's a little easier since contact is not that harsh. You have more chances of overtaking, but still, this track is solely on pace, and I think is one of the tracks where qualifying matters most. And there you see Beale already, I think, invalidating the lap. He went a little too much.
It's not give it him. Yeah, it's not give it him. Really hasn't given him an invalidation there, Tony. That is crazy, because I feel Blue Pasture probably didn't go as wide as that, but still picked up the invalidation. But yeah, with the game, as we were saying, I feel like the slipstream isn't really that true to the actual real life. Yeah. I mean, your tires are supposed to be a little bit worse when you're sat behind someone for so long, overheating and stuff like that, and you just don't seem to get that here in F123. So maybe there should be some big changes as Ian Beale is into the pits. I really hope they do, because they need to change the sprint race weekend. They need to put that true to life, where there is 2 quali sessions, basically a quali sprint and a quali race, a quali for the race. So hopefully there's some big changes coming from F1, but we know what EA like. They've not really listened to anybody in regards to
surprise
and stuff like that. So surprise there, Tony. But we've got Nora in the chat again saying, love that Spanish. Whereabouts in Spain are you from? Used to have a house near Guadamar.
That's close to me. I'm from Sevilla. I'm from Seville. That's kind of close to where I live, because I live in a town close to the sea. So yeah, that's nice. Awesome. Awesome to see here. Phil Skills, I think, is on a flying one. He's certainly making lots of use of that ERS, and here you see last corner. That is crazy how he just took the intro of the hairpin and he opens DRS, and he's not going to manage to improve. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes to go on the qualifying, and things will soon be over, and we will proceed with the last race of the season. 35 laps, around 40-45 minutes of racing. Let's see how it goes. Taz,
have you got any predictions for this one, Tony? Do you think Sly at the top really matching Lou for pace? Stead bodies in the mix. You know, this could be a very, very close one up at the top. This could all come out on pit strategy, I feel, whether you're going to go for the undercut or the overcut. I'm not quite sure which one would be best here at the Hungaroring. It's been quite some time since I have raced it, but I mean, once you get on them fresher set of tyres, you really do have some pace. And we've got Thori in the chat again saying, Dad used to live in Barcelona, a lovely country. Yeah, Barcelona, a beautiful country. Really, really nice place. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. My personal predictions for the race, I mean, if Lou Pasteur is anything, he's going to live up to any of the standards that he has shown so far here at LSR, this race win could be his for the taking. As Pro Stevens has only been the real person that's kind of battled him in the last couple of races that I've been commentating on, and he's going to start all the way at the back, P18, so he's going to have to make big moves early if he wants to be in that fight up at the top. But everybody's putting the laps in now. I'm going to keep an eye on Lou Pasteur to see that he's kept it clean so far. He's not made the mistake in the beginning of sector 1. So we'll watch for the sector split, sector 2 and 3 split. He's coming up to that now. Is he going to have found any improvements on his lap? He's half a second up. This is going to be a 40, it could be in the 14s here, people. This is going to be a stellar lap from Lou Pasteur. He comes round the left-hand hairpin, approaching the final corner. Here he comes through the final corner. Now, what is it going to be from Lou Pasteur, people? Are we going to see a 14? DRS is open. He comes up to the line, and it's a 14.9. What a lap from Lou Pasteur. Congratulations, brother, on that one. Takes takes pole position. I don't know if anybody is going to be able to challenge that who's left out on track at this moment in time. But, Tony, that is some lap from Lou Pasteur
crazy.
there.
That's absolutely crazy, the pace he has shown for the last few rounds of the championship. We'll have to see if anybody else could do anything here. And to be honest, I think this track is perfect for drivers that are more into hot lapping than longer races, enduro, this sort of more strategic races. As I said, qualifying I think is the most important part of this session, because once you're locked up, it's very hard for people to overtake unless you make a mistake. I do sincerely think we might see a record for penalties due to off-track limitations. We'll see how it goes, but I think it was predictable that nobody else could have caught to lose pace in qualifying. That was stellar. The 49, Ryan McLean has aborted his lap. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a pole sitter in Lou Pasteur. Stead body taking second, still on a third. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to wrap qualifying. We'll see you in just a few short moments for the race itself. Strap on, because we're about to rock and roll.
But no, he's done quicker than that before. I can tell you that much.
That is the craziest thing.
Than a 14.9.
That is the craziest thing, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta say, he was actually quicker. So I cannot wait to see how this qualifying session is gonna go. It seems like the session has bucked out a bit because everybody's in the boxes. There we go. That is the end of qualifying. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going. We'll see you in just a few short moments. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we're ready to rock and roll. Ready for the last 35 laps of the season. And I think it is time for Taz to take it away for the first time here on the race start. Come on, Taz, Bubba. Give it all you got.
Let's do this, people. Let's get this final race underway. The lads will be sorting out the setups as we speak, getting the tyre pressures right. Weather isn't looking, it looks quite dark out. Could we see maybe a mixture in weather? I'm not too sure on the weather report how it was going to unfold. I should have maybe checked that a bit earlier, but I'll make sure to do that in future moving on, so we can probably give you a better insight into what the weather's going to be like. But it doesn't look the greatest of weather as we sit here in the pit lane as the lads are getting ready to start this one. But hopefully we can see a good rate. Just cloudy, mate. Right, no worries. So the track temperature is going to be a bit difficult. It's going to be hard to get those tyres in that range. So probably see the hard runner struggle. But here we go, people. We've got 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And the race is underway here at the Hungaroring. And it looks like Lou Pasteur gets a great launch there. Is he going to be under attack into turn 1? No, he seems to have got a brilliant launch and he's going to maintain that pole position into turn 1. Got side-by-side action. We've got crashes going on a bit further in the background. Not crashes, but a bit of wheel rubbing, a bit of Discovery Channel going on there, a bit of rubbing up against each other. That's not the place for it. We're doing F1 this evening. But yeah, they've all seemed to have got away pretty cleanly, and we're now into Sector 2. And we've got Sajek losing a position there to Wilhelm. Also, Pro Stevens started in P18 and is now currently P13, making moves here early at the Hungaroring. But is he going to be able to make enough to get involved in that fight at the top? Ryan McLean's managed to get up into P3, and that's a car out, and that's a caution. Sly has retired from the session. That's a safety car, people? Safety car, that one. It looked so good from the lads going into Sector 2, but it all unfolded with, I think it was a bit of contact there. Didn't see who it was involved in, but yeah, contact already, and we've already lost a driver after Sly having a really good qualifying as well. Is now out of this race and will be brought down to a slow pace as Lou will catch the front. You can see the car in sector, it's in Sector 1 currently, the safety car just after turn 1. So all these lads will catch up to the back of that, and I'm sure we're going to see at least 2 laps under the safety car. But not the best of starts, 1 car out, but it does happen in F1 sim racing. The cars get very close. People try and battle hard, and on this last race of the season, people are going to try and do as, try and go for it as best they can. And some people, they kind of lose themselves with putting that pressure on themselves to try and push and make moves early. And you just need to settle into a rhythm and then go for them attacks. But we've got Helvius. He may have been involved in that, or may have been picked up in that, as he has pitted and is now onto a fresh set of medium tyres, and I think he's also pitted for a new wing.
It's sad.
But yeah, people.
It's sad.
Very sad.
Silly had so much space qualifying, and to see him end just like this, not even a lap. Now I have a question for you, Taz. Are we gonna have a safety car? See, I don't even know how to speak English anymore. Are we gonna have a safety car record? How many do you think we're gonna have?
Oh, well, we were speaking before, and the most I've seen in this past week is 7 in a race. Here at the Hungaroring, it is tight, and if the person in front of you makes that little bit of mistake, you are going to try and go for it instead of trying holding that patience. I think that's what maybe some racers may lack, is that patience. But if the boys can get through 1 or 2 laps and learn to just go for the attacks when they need to, rather than when they just see the opening, because even when you see an opening, it can soon be shut. That driver in front has the right to pick any line, as long as he ain't moving twice to defend. You can only move once to defend, and that it'll be it. So as long as they don't do a double movement and defend the correct line, you know, people can genuinely go side by side, but I think, you know, people just try and cut people off. But personally, I just hope we see the one safety car here and we get a really good safety car. But who knows? I mean, people, get your vote in the chat. What are we going to see? Do you feel that there's going to be more safety cars? As we have seen in LSR, once we get one, it genuinely causes another, because that turn one, you're going to have more pace going into it, and you've got, depending on the safety car restart as well, it's how well Lou can manage that safety car restart to really help the lads a bit further back, give themselves a gap to one another and show a little bit of respect. Obviously going into turn one, as I said earlier on, the race is not won in turn one. But Tony, what do you feel? Do you feel as if we're going to see a couple more after this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I caught you while you were doing something there.
No, you didn't call me. Oh, you caught me thinking of how many we're gonna have. Oh yeah. I smell 5 minimum.
You smell 5 minimum.
I
So there's
smell
Tony's
Lou.
vote.
I smell restart, crash, restart, crash. You know, I'm gonna put the faith in the drivers. I'm gonna say no more safety cars. But hey,
Safety car
wow,
is now in this lap.
that's crazy. That's the first
so
time
only
I've
did
seen.
2.
Yeah, that's the first time I actually get to see what the safety does 2, not 3.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can warrant it as long as all the cars are caught back up. But Lou Pasteur he's now got the control of the pack. He will lead them into turn one, controlling the pace up at the front. Doesn't want to go too early, as I've said before. You can be heavily limited if you follow that safety car very close. But Steadbody looks like he's ready to pounce, but looks like Lou Pasteur's got away brilliantly there. Caught Steadbody napping a little bit there. Is Steadbody going to push to try and get past? We've got Sidejet dropping down. What's happened to him? He's in the pits. No, are we going to see a wing change? I'm just going to stay on board with him here, as Tony will give you the live feed of Lou Pasteur going into turn one. But no, just pits for a fresh set of mediums. Very strange one there from Sidejet, but Lou Pasteur's moving up. He's continuing to lead this race. Steadbody's close in behind. Ryan McLean in at P3. Ryan Harris in P4 doing really well. Trappy has managed to get past Regmeister. Reg is currently sat in P5. Grizzly Bean is all over the back of Reg. Been showing great pace. Showed great pace last time out here last week, which was really good to see on his debut. I just think it unfolded for him a bit in qualifying, but what a race he had. Got a really good point scoring position, so hopefully he can bring that into next season. Hopefully he sticks around and really goes for that title fight. But Phil is close behind him on those hard compounder tyres. Team Williams currently sat P7 and 8. Pro Stevens still making moves. He is on the softs, but he's up into P10 now after starting P18, and he is all over the back of Byhelm. So Lou Pasteur takes the fastest lap of this race so far, doing really well, but we'll see if Byhelm is going to put the pressure from Pro Stevens. Pro Stevens goes into the inside, gets that inside line into turn one. Maybe a slight bit of contact there as they come in to the straight going into turn two. That is the first DRS zone that is here at.
Oh, it looks we've lost.
By Pro Stevens.
He's back. Cass, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tony. I can hear you, brother. I can hear you.
It looks like we had a little disconnection with this work. Nice to see you back. Indeed, so we're back. See if we can just tension
Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds, but Trappy doing really well. He's on the softs, so possibly going for a soft hard strategy here, which could really pay off with the longevity of those hard compounder tyres. It's just when he's going to pit. Could definitely see him pitting maybe lap 10 to 12, maybe a bit more. This Hungaroring is a very short track, so it's not going to be heavy on the tyre wear. So hopefully with him staying in DRS range of the top 5, he will definitely be able to drag those soft compounder tyres a little bit further into the track, into the race. But Paul Stevens takes the fastest.
We've We've lost Taz again, it seems.
Did he keep losing me? I don't know what's happening. Don't know what's going on.
Maybe you're having issues with the Discord, maybe? Do you think if you want, you can
I'll
restart while we're going?
You know what? Yeah, I usually have to put 50p in slot, Tony.
You have to what? Oh, and we lost him again. Poor man. Well, let's keep the action going. Build skills. Balance means we've moved up already to 80. And the next victim is Red Meister. Our changes receiving through. We'll see how this will continue.
Hopefully be on back.
Yes, you are back. Nice to see you here again, man. Right now looking like an absolute rocket. Red Meister doing the pressure. This team's going to be able to make the move going. So a little bit of a switch over here on the last course in the last corner. Off the track, showing the nose. For the Alfa Romeo. The wings are open, but I fear Red Meister's going to get the worst of it. Side-by-side action, and Pro Stevens is through. Remember, next year zone is right here. And the wings will be open. Stevens already catching the Grizzly. Seriously, Stevens is putting one of the races off the season. What a comeback. Can get last. 7 last. Crazy.
Yeah, brilliant move gained by Pro Stevens. Sorry people, my Discord does sometimes, in a better word, poo the bed. And I have to chuck 50p in slot so I don't get the disconnection and stuff like that. So that 50p has been entered, and I'll now try and continue on with the commentary. But yeah, Pro Stevens, as Tony said, absolutely rocket ship this early on. 7 laps in, and he has managed to gain 11 positions so far. Great race from him so far. If it continues, I mean, he only needs another safety car to be up in the mix, up at the top. Louis Pasteur just seems to be having a bit of a struggle with trying to drop Steadbody in behind. He is nearly got him out of DRS range, but he will have the DRS down the straight here. But he will not be close enough into turn 1 to even attempt to move on Louis Pasteur, with him having that 9th, 10th cap to Steadbody. Ryan McLean is going to be the only fight for Steadbody really at this moment in time, with Louis Pasteur just stretching his legs and stretching that gap and building it to Steadbody. Ryan Harris still in at P4. The top 5 all within DRS range. Pro Stevens has through, and he's gone past Grizzly Bean. Them softs really working well here for Pro Stevens this evening, doing really well, and he is now in at P6. How many more moves can he take, people? He's got 1.7, well, he's got 7 attempts, 8 attempts to find to get within DRS range of Trappy, who is also on those soft compounder tyres up in the top 5, but Pro Stevens really doing well. Trappy's made a mistake as he is out of DRS range now to Ryan Harris. Ryan McLean is dropping out of DRS range, so is Steadbody. Lou Pasteur, this could be the sign for Lou to just continue on and stretch his legs and break that DRS so he doesn't come under any pressure from Steadbody in behind. Ryan McLean needs to push and put pressure on Steadbody, but Steadbody's showing some really good pace here this evening. Great to see from Steadbody showing some really good pace. I find this track so difficult. Yeah, it is a difficult one. I will admit, personally, I do have troubles with it myself. The one thing I can say about this track, though, I love it in the F2 cars. The F2 cars are absolutely brilliant around this track. Real fun to do. I've got good pace in the F2 cars, but the F1 cars, yeah, definitely not got the pace to even battle in the Division 2. I think I come I think it was 13, 14, so I was completely out of the points. Only gained points because we have a teammate round over there, and my teammate Ryan Harris at the time got 25 points, and I got 25 points as well due to him being on pole position. So I was very, very grateful for him that day, and he's doing really well here. But Ryan McLean has picked up a time penalty. Me and Tony did say that track limits would be very difficult here, as it is one of the most technical tracks on the calendar. And Ryan McLean, the first one to fall foul to the track limits, and picks up his first 3-second time penalty. Bit shocked that he's the only one so far, Tony, to be honest. Thought there'd be a few more, but we've still got another 26 laps of racing to come, so there's still time for people to pick up those penalties. RC, yeah, RC and that guy Jermaine, two newcomers on the debut, currently sat in P13 and P14.
What a dive. Sorry to interrupt you. That was a hell of a dive from Ryan Harris, who claims P3. That was insane. The launch from 4/10 behind. Pro Stevens is doing incredible. You see a Dev 1 driver? Indeed he is. And well, I think you're perfectly seeing why that is the case. The pace of this dude is immaculate. Ryan McLean trying to keep up with Ryan Harris, but that screen is dissipating per second in front of Harris. His dead body and McLean, who are 1.5 approximately amongst each other. Third sector, and they got some great names here in the middle of the pack. A big one is starting to cut. It is Phil Skills at the back with Red Meister, Grizzly Bean, and Trappy, a four-man bout. And Mexican 5 Stevens is now starting to struggle to catch up to McQueen. Of course, will be lap 11 commences. We're nearly a third of the way around. We'll see how this one continues.
Yeah, we definitely will. I mean, Pro Stevens and I think HDL Trappy may have had some contact to put themselves 3 seconds back off Ryan Harris at the time. But Ryan Harris managed to get past Ryan McLean, as McLean made a few mistakes, but he's still sat in P4. But those soft compound tyres will be dropping off rather heavily now. Pro Stevens, I don't feel he will catch the top runners now. All they need to do is keep within DRS range of each other. But it's only going to be Ryan McLean and Ryan Harris in the little battle with each other. They just need to pull each other along, try and switch in the DRS range, but they are not teammates, so I don't think there's going to be any quarter given. But if they want a battle stead body, he is 1.6 seconds up the road from Ryan Harris. They want to hope he made some sort of mistake so they can get back within DRS range. But Lou Pasteur is doing absolutely brilliantly here. We've seen it time and time again. He builds a gap and then a safety car seems to come out and ruin all of that. But Grizzly Bean in the Williams, he's got a supporter here. Come on, Grizzly from Foley, showing Grizzly Bean some support here as we've got a car in the pits, and Ryan McLean is out. He's retired. I mean, McLean, what's going on, brother? That's 2 weeks in a row where we've seen an early retirement from McLean after being in such a great point scoring position. Basically hands P4 to Pro Stevens, who's 3 seconds off the back of Ryan Harris. I do not know what's happened there, people, but yet again Ryan McLean out of this one after being in such a good position. Maybe he may have picked up damage, I don't know, or frustration may have got the better of him there. But we've got a caution in sector 1. As you see, the car has been spat back out on track and then pulls off to the side there. So we'll get back on board with the battles. Trappy is under pressure from Regmeister. These two were the championship battlers, and as we said earlier on, HDL Trappy not turning up at Monza really gave Reg the championship. Might as well have just handed it to him before the start of it. So yeah, it was very unfortunate. Maybe Trappy had something to do, but it was an unfortunate event, and Trappy is on the softs, and he's doing pretty well to keep Regmeister behind him, who's on the hard compounded tyres. I thought them softs would have been dropping off that little bit more now, but I'm on board with Reg. He's going to have the DRS, and he's going to put Trappy under pressure into turn 1. Here he goes. He pulls out of the slipstream, and they're going to go side by side into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top on this one? They get very close, but great respect shown from each driver. Trappy won't have the DRS and just has to tuck in behind Regmeister, and Regmeister moves up into P5. But Grizzly Bean, Pro Stevens has pitted, so Pro Stevens comes out in P15, is going to have to make some serious move, and Grizzly Bean takes P4 at this moment in time. Great position for Grizzly Bean to be in. As we said, showed some great pace in his debut. So hopefully this pace can continue on and he can keep this P4. But Pro Stevens has been like a torpedo in this race from lap 1, gaining positions left and right. So who knows, he could put Grizzly Bean under pressure come the end of this one. But we are only 13 laps in with 22 laps of racing still to go. And Lou Pasteur has now built a 3-point-second gap. Safety car.
Crash.
And as I said before, Lou Pasteur seems to build a gap, and he's missed the pit lane there. Steadbody has took the advantage and gone in and he's putting on a fresh set of boots to go to the end of this race as Wilhelm is out of this one. But yeah, as we said before, Lou Pasteur seems to build a gap, and this is what seems to happen to him. He builds that gap and then a safety car comes out. Good racing, that, love it. A lot better than yesterday.
You know, this is a problem, you know, when you have so many safety cars, you know, it tests your patience, because you saw Lou clearly has pace in spades, but even though he's capitalizing time after time after time, the moment somebody crashes and the safety car comes out, it's restart. All you've done has been thrown out of the window, and you need to start back up again, and you know, to have the patience, to have the cold mind, to know, hey, you know, right now we're not on the perfect spot. I just gained 5 seconds from the guy behind. Now I lost it. I need to push again and push again and push again. That mentality is something not easy to get, and I think Lou is showing great maturity on track. Certainly looking forward to see how this restart goes, because nearly halfway point. I think we're going to get a couple more.
Yeah, I mean, Lou Pasteur, I feel like, yep, he's going to lose a lot of positions here. As you see, Steadbody has pitted and he's now on the back of the safety car. This is going to cost Lou. I think he's going to drop down all the way behind Phil Skills, so he could come out in P8 here, depending on how fast Rothwell gets onto the back of Phil. Lou could lose even more, so we'll see. Lou Pasteur is in the pits. Where is he going to come out? I feel he's going to lose a hell of a lot of positions. This is really, really costing me, people. He is going to drop, I'd say, probably going to come out behind the Alfa Romeo, who is now rounding the final corner of Pro Stevens. But Ryan Harris, he will drop to the back as they both pitted. And no, manages just to come out in Pro Stevens, does Lou Pasteur. So at least we're going to see a bit of an interesting battle at the back, as we've seen these two battling for the past 3 races, swapping positions, going side by side. It's been really brilliant to see from both racers. Real great, good respect shown from my goal in at P2. So Grizzly Bean in at P2. Is he going to be able to get past Steadbody? Steadbody has shown some really good pace. It's just how Steadbody handles the safety car restart, but that safety car came out at a perfect time for Steadbody, Tony. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
He now leads this race.
Most certainly. You know, we'll have to see how the restart goes, but man, I fear it.
I do. Whether we've seen one in lap 1 or we've seen one further on, as we've said before, safety cars seem to bring more safety cars as people are trying to push. They're all on fresh tyres now. Is Grizzly Bean going to try and go on the attack? Is he going to get a good restart in behind Steadbody, or is he not going to be able to? And Steadbody going to be able to build a gap. I mean, Grizzly Bean just falling off the back a little bit there of Steadbody, but the safety car will stay out another lap, as the Alfa Romeo of Sajek is still catching up to the pack, so the safety car will definitely be in next lap. But let's look at the biggest gainers of this race so far. I'll get the details up. So positions, let's have a look. So position pages, obviously Steadbody up 1, Grizzly Beans up 5, Trappy's up 5, Regmeister's up 2, Phil's up 4, Rothwell is up 7 so far in this race, but he's not the person who's gained the most positions so far. Ian Beale has gained 4. That guy Jermaine on his debut is up 8 so far in this one. We've got Helvius, he's up 5. RC, he's up 5. Razout's up 6. Lou Pasteur, the safety car just came up and came out at the wrong time for him, and he has lost 11 positions so far. Pro Stevens still up 5 after he started P18 in this one, after having a qualifying ban. Ryan Harris, obviously he lost out under that safety car as well. I think Ryan Harris could have actually pitted, so I think he kind of cost himself the strategy not working out for him, cost himself 9 positions, and Sajek is also down 5 positions. So Steadbody in a really good position up at the front. Lady Luck was on his side this evening, and he's managed to take advantage of a safety car, get an early pit on Lou Pasteur, and it didn't work out for Lou Pasteur. Definitely did not, as he's all the way down in P12. But Lou Pasteur, really good racer, patient, knows when to go for the moves. So hopefully he can show the pace that Pro Stevens has shown in this one. What tyres are the drivers on? I will let you know right now. So yeah, there you go. So Tony's threw it up on chat on the screen for you, so you can see what tyres people are on. But Ryan Harris has come out on the softs, so definitely see him pitting again this evening. But he's most probably predicting another safety car with them softs. I feel the soft runners may feel like the possible chance of a safety car, and we've seen week after week that is a real possibility. But the safety car is in now, and the Steadbody is going to take the pace up at the front, and he looks like he's got a good start. Grizzly being caught napping a bit, now 6/10 back off of Steadbody. So Steadbody, great restart here, and he's going to take turn 1 very cleanly. But Grizzly Bean is on the hard compounder tyres, so Steadbody is going to build a gap early here. Being on those mediums, he's going to have been able to get the temperature right up in them tyres, and he's nearly pulled a second gap. And we're only 3 corners in to this lap, and it looks like he's really pushing, could be really pushing the ERS here to try and break that gap already. But everybody's settled in. Lou Pasteur's gained a position so far. He's up into no, he's not. He's still in P11 behind RC. But yeah, they've got away very well, Tony. No safety cars so far.
Crazy. Crazy.
Thought there'd be another one early on. Yeah, still plenty of time to go. Got 18 more laps of racing still to go, and there's still definite chance. Does Vuelta equal laps? Sorry, my Spanish is horrible.
Vuelta, yes, it does equal laps.
There you go, from Tony. I ain't got a clue, mate, so I couldn't tell you. But Tony, he gave you the information there.
Got you.
But yeah, he's got me. But yeah, we've got is that a car going for the overtake? That guy Jermaine going for the overtake on Ian Beale, and has gone wide there and loses out a position. Now is that Ryan Harris? Yeah, and Lou Pasteur. Lou Pasteur gets the position on that guy Jermaine after that guy Jermaine going very wide, and Lou Pasteur is up into P8. So Lou Pasteur making moves. He's gained 3 positions already. Is he going to be able to get back into that podium fight? Steadbody doing a stellar job so far. He's built a 2.5 second gap to Grizzly Bean in behind, but Resmeister is putting pressure on Grizzly as Lou Pasteur is battling with Ian Beale. Ian Beale's on the outside. He will have the inside for the next corner. Lou Pasteur's got the outside line. He's off track. That's going to be a definitely off track limit warning, but this is going to cause them to go 3 wide in the background. Hopefully this could... Ooh, one of the Hasses is forced wide there. That could have been very, very messy for the lads, but they seem to handle it well going 3 wide. Probably used to it by now, as we've seen it multiple times in races. They round the final corner there, 2 wide. It's that guy Jermaine and Pro Stevens now battling into turn 1. That guy Jermaine on the inside. Is he going to keep the position ahead of Pro Stevens? Pro Stevens is going to go around the outside. But on those hards, he's just not got the grip yet. Those hards will take a little bit longer to get fired up. That guy Jermaine and Pro Stevens make contact. There's heavy contact there. And there's a virtual safety car now. Don't even know what caused that there. Do not know what caused that. It looked like the contact between Pro Stevens and that guy Jermaine caused that then, but I'm sure it didn't. Someone will have some damage. I'm just trying to see if I can find out who it is. Looking at all the cars. Everybody's still got a front wing so far who I'm on board with. And there we have it. RC has caused the virtual safety car, the Haas, in the background. He has no front wing and he will go into the pits for a new wing, and this is really going to hinder him, going to be really far off the pack. But RC has shown me in another league that he has great race integrity and has managed to stay in it and knows that anything can happen in a race. So RC, keep it going, son. This, I really hope you do, because who knows what'll happen. And showing great race integrity and great, personally for himself, it's really good, to show that he's in there. He's got a few people pitting up the front, so I feel like there may be a bit of damage up at the front as well, as Regmeister's in the pits, Hill's in the pits. Who else have we got in the pits here? We've got Rothwell, Reg, Razal, RC, Phil, all in the pits, and that has really helped Lou Pasteur, people, because look where he is now. He's up into P4 and this race has started. It's back underway with Steadbody building a 3.8 second gap to Grizzly being in behind, but those mediums are going to be dying off the further we go into this race, and hopefully Grizzly Bean can use the grip to his advantage and really catch up to Steadbody. But it's going to be a tough ask with Steadbody now 4 seconds up the road. HDL Trappy is dropping off the back of Grizzly Bean. He's now 1.1. He's outside the BRS range. Ryan Harris is just behind his teammate, the Alpha Taurians. Hopefully they can help each other out here in this one. Pro Stevens also making great moves. He's up 12 positions in at P6. So yeah, he's doing really, really well. But RC is so far back. He's just coming into the first corner in Sector 2. That's not going to be good. Razal, he's at least how many seconds is he off the back? He's 5 seconds off the back of Rothwell. So that's not good for him. Going to be a very lonely race for these two guys. But hopefully they just see this race out. We've got 14 more laps of racing coming your way around the Hungaroring this evening. This will be the final race of the season for LSR, the last league race that we're going to see on the F123 game. As I said, it's going to be coming out very, very soon, near the end of the month. If you pre-ordered it, if you haven't, it'll be available for purchase, I think, a couple of days later. I'll be one of them people that'll be purchasing it a couple of days later, as I think Tony will as well. I don't do all that pre-ordering stuff, me, Tony. I'm not one of them people. It's just because sometimes you end up paying through the nose for it. I'd rather just buy the standard game.
If it's a good game, I will do it. Elden Ring, for example, with the DLC, I will do that with pleasure. But only one that could go screw itself. Lou Pasteur. Grizzly Bean. Hey, I'm honest.
Yeah, exactly. Honesty is the best policy.
What do you gain? 30 euros more, and what do you gain? Just access 2 days earlier? It's not like you're going to win the World Cup.
Exactly, you're not going to give him a massive advantage, but Lou Pasteur now in at P2, and he is on the push. We've seen him showing some great pace in the first stint on the Haas, built a gap. And unfortunately, which has unfolded for Lou Pasteur, every time he's built a gap, he's managed to get a safety car. Regmeister gets the fastest lap of the race so far, but he needs to catch Steadbody. Come on, Lou.
I cannot believe it. Look at the chat. Jasper Lohman. What? No pile up in this?
Yeah, Jasper. There's been no major pileups.
But you haven't. Yeah. You haven't seen what happened yesterday. My God.
Yeah, you were telling me, didn't you? You were telling me massive pileup.
Yeah, Jasper, we're fine. We're alive.
Yeah, thank the Lord on that one. As we have seen, a lot of cars going out in some of the races, only been left with pretty much half a grid. Sometimes on occasion with the drivers being a bit too ambitious into the corners, but Lou Pasteur is really cutting into Steadbody's lead up at the front. He's brought it down by nearly half a second so far on this lap. He just needs to keep that consistency up and keep knocking the time down. As you can see, Stead Body down the main straight there. We've got 9 people viewing this evening. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that follow button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification for every time a video it goes live here at LSR. It's really appreciated. And if you want, chuck us a free sub. You know what I mean? Every little helps. But yeah, let's go, people. As Lou Pasteur is on the push, but Pro Stevens has been showing some great pace. I mean, starting from the back and to be P5, he's had lady luck on his side a little bit with the safety cars as well. But I don't think that's helped him too much, as you know, as we said, he has been a torpedo here around the Hungaroring, making moves left, right, and centre earlier on, and is now sat in P5. Trappy doing well to hold on to the back of Grizzly B, and that's the only real battle up at the top. Then Ryan Harris is trying to keep with Pro Stevens, who is just in front of him. Ian Beale's in at P7 with a time penalty. Me and Tony, as we said, we thought there'd be a bit more, but I think the lads have took it as a personal challenge here this evening to try and not get any penalties whatsoever, as we've only got Ian Beale and RC on time penalties at this moment in time. But Lou Pasteur, I feel that Stead Body may have made a little bit of mistake on that last lap, as now he's 3.7 seconds behind Stead Body. We've got Ryan Harris in the pits, coming off those soft compounder tyres and moving on maybe to another set. I'm going to stay on board with him quickly and just see what he does in the pits. And he's gone onto a fresh set of mediums and will come out pretty far back.
Oh. I gotta say, race now is starting to calm down. You know,
yeah, it's time to settle down now, isn't it, Tony?
Yep. Just mostly pace, and that's what we're seeing now. After finally a break from safety cars, what happens? You have to get in the groove, you get your laps in, and you keep pushing. And so far, I think with these last 12 laps we got running at the moment, we should be looking good for a clean finish. No battles on track, only Red Meister.
Yeah, definitely going to be a lonely race for them people that are off the back. No DRS, so you're just going to be running your own race. It's best to just concentrate on yourself if you're at the back and just put in the laps and try and build some time. Try and catch these bottomers. Helvius goes a bit wide there. Regmeister now is going on the attack. They're down this main straight. Here they go into turn 1. Who's going to come out on top on this one? Reg gets the move done into turn 1, and he's right on the back of Ian Beale now. He'll get the second dose of DRS, as it is a double DRS detection. And here we go. Reg just going to get ever closer to Ian Beale. He will gain that position on track, as Ian Beale does have that time penalty. But Lou Pasteur is making inroads here this evening, people. He's now only 2.5 seconds off Stead Body, who is leading this race. Got a bit of luck, did Stead Body, with the safety car, and he's led the race since that safety car restart. But Lou Pasteur has made absolutely stellar moves, gone from P11 to P2, and he's just eating away at that time. Regmeister and Ian Beale look like they're having a bit of a scrap at the back. Reg really trying to push to get past Ian Beale, but Ian Beale defending like a lion. Reg goes up the inside. Ian Beale leaves in the space on the outside, and Reg throws it around the outside and moves into P6. That could have been a little bit of DRS chicken there from Ian Beale to keep within the fight of Reg, but Reg has done it pretty well, and he's got a decent gap, and I don't think he'll come under attack, as there is Phil and Helvius going side by side, but Helvius surrenders that position to Phil, and Phil moves up into P8. Phil doing really well here this evening, going to get some good points in at P8. He just needs to chase down Ian Beale and try and catch the back of Reg to really take the fight, but Reg already stretching that gap to over a second, putting Ian Beale out of DRS range. But yeah,
penalty. Fiskars with 3. seconds. Not exactly what you wanted to say.
No, but it's good to see so far, Tony. As we said, like the time penalties that you could pick up around this track, not many drivers falling foul to it, and we only see 3 drivers so far with those time penalties. But Lou Pastor is nearly within DRS range of his opponent up at the front. He's not going to have the DRS down the straight or after turn 1, but I definitely feel when it comes to starting lap 28, Lou Pastor is going to have that double dose of DRS, and with the pace that he is showing, he's going to build a gap. I just hope he doesn't get the curse that he keeps picking up, where he builds a gap and then a safety car comes out.
Poor guy. You see Stevens moving on trappy. And indeed, what an unlucky, poor man he is. Every time he's gotten into the lead and opened the gap, every time it would be the safety car appearing. So I do sincerely hope that this time around, if he manages to take the lead again, he can stay on it, because I personally think he deserves it 100%.
Definitely. Him and Pro Stevens, really, I mean, I feel Pro Stevens, you know, he could still get a podium, mate, and what a result that'd be. He is on the back. He's gained 14 positions so far, and we're on lap 27 going into 28 as we've got a caution in sector 2. I think that is RC. Yeah, making a bit of a mistake there. I think he's had a bit of an off-track excursion there. Doesn't seem to have any damage, so I just feel that he might have lost it a bit there. But Lou Pastor, he's got the, he's not going to be able to go on the attack now. He's going to have to wait till the next lap. He's got to get some great traction out of that final corner. No worries, Tony. He's going to have to be very close to Steadbody up at the front. So we'll stay on board with Lou and see what he can do here. There's not many battles going on. Further back, Ian Beale's trying to stay within DRS range of Phil Skills up at the front, but Phil has managed to get him outside that second. He needs to keep him out of it if he doesn't want to come under attack from Ian Beale. He does have a decent gap, so he wouldn't come under attack straight away as RC retires in the pit lane there. Just not been his race this evening, and that is unfortunate to see. But it's good to see that Razout continues on as these two are catching him. There we see RC leaving the session, but Lou Pastor is right on the rear end, on the rear diffuser of Steadbody. He just needs to get a good exit out of this final corner, and he can go on the attack early, and it looks like he does. So here we go with Lou Pastor. DRS is open. Steadbody is trying to defend. Lou Pastor will take the inside line. He's going to get a double dose of the DRS. He will get it again into this next turn. But here we go. Lou Pastor takes the lead of this race, and now he just needs to build that gap to Steadbody again, but they're on the same age tyres. And Lou Pastor may find it very hard to drop Steadbody, but as we said, he's shown great pace in this race. But Steadbody needs to hang on to the back of Lou and really take that fight to him, as Pro Stevens is within DRS range now of Grizzly Bean. Grizzly Bean going to have to defend like a lion here. He's going to have to put it all on the table to keep that P3, as Pro Stevens has been like a torpedo here this evening. 14 positions gained. My driver of the day without fail. If the computer doesn't, if the game doesn't give it him, then there's some corruption somewhere, people, because this has been an absolutely stellar drive from Pro Stevens.
No question, man. The drive is put on. Same goes for Lou, who has taken the lead. There you see the lines from both. We're going to have 6 more ready for all of you. This will be the final 6 laps of the championship. Stevens out with DRS. This should be an easy move on Grizzly Bean, who has nothing to do, as you can see there. No chance in hell. He moves through and takes P3, but now Grizzly, still with no DRS, needs to make sure that he can keep up with the car in front, because DRS is what's going to make him get a podium spot. We'll find out if he's going to manage to do it. Let's go a little further down with a Rothwell and Deal and Ryan Harris. 3-man bout, of course, Deal with a 3-second penalty. This is not good at all. Look, Rothwell. No battery left, and still 6 laps to go. Well, 5.5. He's going to have to start saving a bit. So you see the chicane looking fierce from the 3 drivers. Rothwell nearly going on the grass. Certainly not somewhere you're going to find grip. And let's go with a Grizzly Bean, because he has actually managed to stay behind Stevens. This could be his retake. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Final 5 laps of the championship. Grizzly with so much ERS to his usage. Look at the overspeed, the ERS, the DRS both together. Putting them from 7/10 to 2. And now remember the second DRS zone open. But this one is the short straight. No way he's going to manage to catch up and make a move. The fight continues, and Stevens looks like he has everything under control.
Grizzly B goes off track there. Takes a little off track excursion, trying to push to stay within that DRS range of Pro Stevens. But as Tony brought to light there, he's just been absolutely flawless here this evening, Pro Stevens. I think he would be definitely in with a shout for the victory, as Ryan Harris picks up a 3-second time penalty also. Good to see that not many penalties have been picked up this evening. Really good race so far. We have had the 2 safety cars, but it hasn't deterred the racing that we've brought to you here this evening on LSR. The lads doing an absolutely stellar job, and as we said, look at Lou Pastiu. The pace that this kid has got. He's already built a 2.5 second gap to Steadbody. Steadbody in a bit of a lonely race now. It's going to be only P2 if he can keep it clean and keep it on track, with Pro Stevens 8 seconds behind. And Grizzly Bean is now out of DRS range. Oh, it's so unfortunate for him, as it is his second race here in LSR, and he's shown some really good pace. So let's hope that he can come across the line with that P4. Just needs to keep it clean, as we did see him go off track, so he could be 1 warning away from a 3-second time penalty. So just needs to keep it consistent. The only real battle we've got is Ian Beale and Rothwell. Rothwell 2 tenths back from Ian Beale. Ian Beale doing a really good job, but you can see on board there he's flashing, so he has spent all his ERS, and hopefully, well, Rothwell's doing the same. He's also flashing, gets really close to the back of Ian Beale there. These two are just probably leaving the DRS, ERS on, as there goes Rothwell, just absolutely gone off track, absolutely sent it, totally missed his braking point there, and now has dropped. Well, he's going to be like 3-4 seconds back from Ian Beale. We've got Helvius and that guy Jermaine, they're pretty close. Sajek also involved in that battle. Only real battle that's going on as Lou Pastiu keeps extending the gap up at the front. 3.4 seconds now is the gap to Steadbody. But I mean, I'm just astonished at the pace that Pro Stevens has shown this evening. It has been absolutely mesmerising to watch. Under them first lot of laps, he was making moves, and it was just brilliant to see some really good clean racing from him, taking the moves when they came to him, and really taking advantage of other people's misfortune, I feel, as Sajek there goes a bit wide and Helvius goes for the switchback, but Sajek will have the DRS. Are they going to go side by side? Sajek has the inside line and comes out on top in that one. Phil has retired from the race. Nope. Be too late in this one now to bring out a safety car with only 2 more laps of racing after this one. That is so unfortunate for Phil. Feels that that's a mistake of his own. I don't think he was in a battle, so lost it himself into one of the turns in sector 1. And is now out. So unfortunate, being 33 laps in, but did a good job nonetheless. Just couldn't maintain it. until that 35th lap. We have started lap 34 with Blue Pasture with a 3.7 second gap. We are on the penultimate lap now, people, and Blue Pasture is just running away with this. 5 race wins in a row this will be for this young lad. This lad is 15 years old and he has got a lot more years left in him. Me personally, I can see him in WOI. If he just gets manage to get a wheel and get the consistency on a wheel that he has on controller, it is a big change going from controller to wheel. So we'll have to wait and see if that unfolds, but me personally, I'd put money on it that he'll be a part of the big battles up at the top tier of F1 sim racing. I mean, it's 4.3 seconds now, the gap to Stead Body. He is really just stretching his legs. Grizzly Bean now 1.9 seconds off the back of Pro Stevens. If Pro Stevens was any closer to Stead Body, he'd have caught him up. He was 8.8 seconds behind Stead Body at one point and now has brought it down by a second. But now we are on the last lap of this race, the last lap in the LSR Season 3. We know who our champion is, Regmeister, but as we said earlier on, if Blue Pasture was involved in this league at the beginning, I mean, who knows how many victories he could have had, or podiums. The kid has shown absolutely amazing pace. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch as he has been making moves here in LSR. Take nothing away from Stead Body, he showed some great pace after the safety car, but Blue Pasture just had that pace in buckets and spades, people. He's been building a sandcastle and he has ran away with it. Nearly 5 seconds now, and he is into sector 2 and he's going to be completing this one. It's unfortunate for Razout, but Razout showing great race integrity still in this session, being so far back off that leading pack. But Blue Pasture now rounds the penultimate corner, comes round the hairpin.
He has it one more corner.
Go on, Tony. Take it away, mate.
I will take it away. Blue Pasture with a spectacular performance. He takes the checker flag and wins it. Stead Body going to be able to finish in second. Stevens in third. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to personally thank Taz for joining me in the second half of the championship. I do have to say I cannot wait to work with you on season number 4. I would like to thank all the viewers that have been here through the beginning till the end. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, next week we got some Demolition Derby. F1, it doesn't stop here at Lightspeed Racing. Thank you, Taz, again, for the amazing job you've done. And thank you to everybody who's been watching.
Absolute honour, Tony. Absolute honour, mate. And I've learned so much for you, as I said in one of the messages that I sent to you. The Yoda to my Anakin Skywalker. So thank you so much and teaching me so much, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to season 4. But yep, I would like to say thank you, as well as Tony, to everybody who's stuck around and watched in the stream, all the drivers that have attended and put on this show this evening. It's been really great to see, only losing 5 drivers in this race. Been absolutely brilliant to be a part of. So yeah, from me personally, good night, and thank you very, very much, everybody, for joining us.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get going. Thank you. And we'll see you next week with some more racing action. Have a good night, everybody.